or I think I messed up. I need to be putting that tips from the right coach. That's what I've changed that. All right. Oh, and then let me go back here again. Then I can tell it where I want it. So I want it in my group. I want it on the right coach page. I don't want it on my main page. It could go on the Right Academy page and then LinkedIn. I do Twitter separate, and I'll explain why. Because Twitter, you have to it has to be shorter, and so you have to do that separately. So I make separate posts for my Twitter post, if that makes sense, and I'll explain that in a minute. So just to review real quick, so I don't want to take too long here. You've got accounts. You have your feeds. So the feeds are what's coming in from my blog post. And then there's categories. The categories this is how you can schedule your post. So you see I've got a bunch of different ones, and to make it easy for you, so we'll just use my Right Coach. The Right Coach, I have quote and an inspirational post, and I actually need to delete this, but I've got some things in there. I want to change it, but I changed that to tips from the Right Coach. So those are all of my blog posts are going in this category, and then any like funnies or quotes or inspirational quotes or even other blog posts that I find from other people that have great content, I'll put in this category. So just to keep things simple, I'll show you that. And then there's the library. So you go over here. This is what makes Meet Edgar so powerful. So you can see I put in things in tips from the Right Coach, okay? And actually, I didn't put it in tips from the Right Coach. I put it in the other one. Let me change it. So the way you can go and change it, so I have it in the Right Coach blog post. I can go right here, hit edit, and let's see, I don't want that short linked. Change the category to tips from the Right Coach, which is right there. Okay. And this will make a little more sense once you see the schedule. So you have these categories that you can put different posts. So, and like I want these posts to go out at 11:30 on Thursday mornings. I have this scheduled, and I just come in here and change these. So these are only 2 posts. This is advertising, promoting my Facebook Live I do every week. And so then I go in here and all I have to do is change these 2 lines right here, because all the other information stays the same. Okay? And hopefully that's making sense. If anybody's got any questions, please let me know. Or if you're watching the replay, please let me know. And I would be happy to answer your questions. So let me get back over here. So to get back real quickly, so you have your library. And what this library does is, we'll just use my tips from the Right Coach, for example, okay? I have 24 posts in tips from the Right Coach. And I know that because see that right there, it says 24. So there's 24 different posts in here for tips from the Right Coach. And then when I can go to the schedule. And so let's refresh. We got categories where we put everything right here. We have feeds, that's the blog post coming in. And we have the library where everything is stored in the library. Think of a library where, you've got books on the shelf. Well, this is all your content up on the shelf. This is where Meet Edgar gets powerful. And you can move things around. And it will pull them into the schedule. So here is my schedule. So let me show you the Right Coach. Here's tips from the Right Coach right here. I've got it scheduled to go on Monday at 10 a.m. So Monday at 10 a.m., it's going to pull one of my posts from over here in this library. It's not always the same one. It's going to pick whatever one it wants from tips from the Right Coach. And it's going to rotate them. So you're constantly having information. So what I have done is I schedule my post for my pages I do like 3 times a day for like my Right Coach page. And we have the Right Academy that it's a joint venture with Colleen and Peter Wheatmartian. And then I have things for my group. This is TWN is the Writers Network Facebook group, or Write My Book group is what I call it now. It's Write My Book nonfiction group. And so at 8 a.m. there's a post there every morning, 8 a.m. in that group that I do. I have an inspirational funny that I do at 8 a.m. on Sunday that is for my writing. Actually it goes to that goes to my personal page, and I actually want that on here too. Okay, so that goes there. I manage someone else's information and then I have my spiritual posts go into my writer speaker page right here and on Twitter at 9 a.m. on Monday. So what it's doing is you can pick. So let me show you how this works. So you just go and you click on a block and you pick, okay, what category do I want? So let's say I decide I want tips from the Right Coach here at Wednesday at 10 a.m., but I don't want it on my personal page because I share, let me tell you a tip that I heard a long time ago, is I share from my business page to my personal page. That way my business page gets some more traffic for the people who see it on my personal page. So I post it on my personal page and somebody's scrolling through on my personal page or they see it on my feed from my personal page. That gives me more traction on my business page because they're seeing my business post from my personal feed. Hopefully that makes sense. You can share a post from your business page to your personal page, and that helps up your stats on your business page. So hopefully that makes sense. So I want to put this in the Write My Book group, Write Academy, Write Coach, LinkedIn, and Twitter. So it's going to pull any Twitter post that I have from Tips from That Coach is going to go here. Any Facebook and LinkedIn post I have is going to pull in and go here. So it's going to share those Tips from the Right Coach. And it's going to rotate. So now I've got 10 a.m. on Wednesday. It's doing Tips from the Right Coach. And you decide, I don't want it there at 10 a.m. because I've got something at 12 already. And I don't have anything else earlier. So I could actually move it up to 9. So you see how you can drag it? Oh, I thought you could drag it. I guess you got to go in and change the time. So let's go in here and you can change the time. Change it to 9 a.m. instead. Hit save. And there it is at 9 a.m. on Wednesday. It is going to share one of those from my library, Tips from the Right Coach. So this is where it's powerful. You can move everything around on this calendar. You can kind of see where things are at. So I like to post 3 times a day at least on my business page. And then I will share a couple of those, not all of them, onto my personal page. Some days I do and some days I don't. Just depends on if I'm busy and what's going on. I have things that I share into my Write My Book group, Write My Book Nonfiction. And if you want to join that group, I will put that link in this post. So there's that. And I think that's it. So you have... And then if you want to add new content, you just hit add new content and you can choose your category. So say I want a inspirational quote, and let's see if I have a picture in my pictures that I could use. Let's see, where's my photos? It's down here. I don't have any idea what you're going to see right now, so no telling. But I hope everyone's having a wonderful Thursday and this is helping you. And this is taking a while, so we're just going to go up here to my Right Coach. Let's go into my blog photos. And let's see what I got. Here, what's your story? So I can add the picture. I don't have a link, so I don't have to worry about that. And then I just add text here to whatever I want to say. And I choose whether I want it to be on Twitter, LinkedIn, Right Coach, write my book group, whatever it is, and then I hit save to library. So now I've got more information in my library. And the great thing about this is then you can add things to your library once or twice a month. Some people do it once or twice a month. You can do it once a week. Just add a couple of things so then it's pulling in new information. It's not pulling, your information doesn't get stale. But the thing that you've got to remember with Facebook is, some people, well, what about showing the same thing? You've got to remember Facebook algorithms. Not everybody sees everything on your page. Some people don't see hardly any of it, okay? So you got to remember, and then if somebody comes scrolling through, they might see some of the same thing, but that's okay. So then you've got to remember that, and this is all these posts from today, and it's pulling in all my announcements for this Facebook Live, all right, as well as these other things. See, published by Meet Edgar. And some people said, oh, that messes up, having a third party messes up your algorithms with Facebook because they don't like it as much. But I have seen more activity with doing this than when I don't. I have more page views. I have, I'm reaching more people. And see, it's down a little this week because I haven't been doing as much. But overall, if you looked at the stats of my page from the time I started using Meet Edgar to the time till now, everything is gradually increased because I have constant activity going on my page. There's things constantly going out, so then there's things that people can constantly see. Like I said, not everybody sees everything. See, like this only said 47 people reached. That was only 2 and 5 because these were just new ones. Let's look back. 6 and 9. So you see, not everybody's seen these, and that's another reason why you want to share these with other people, with onto your page, so that people will know about your page and then they can like it. The other thing is we need to educate people that they can, on their following, default and have their notifications on events, all live videos, everything, so that they can see, and they can either see it first, it'll show up first in their newsfeed. If that's something that they're really, really interested in what you're talking about, they can change it to that, to see first, and make sure their notifications are turned on. So when you do a live, then they can come find you. So I hope this helps you learn how to use Meet Edgar. I I don't want to forget, I have a free download for you today. So let me take you there. And I don't want you to miss out on this. And the link, I'm pretty sure I shared the link in the post to this page. Come to this page and you can download 10 tips for relationship building post. How to create relationship building post and build relationships online as well as offline with people that you want to work with or people you want to connect with, whether it be for your business or personal, whatever it may be. So this is the download, the 10 tips for a relationship building post that you want to create on Facebook and Twitter and anywhere that you are on social media. So I hope this helps and have a great day. And I will see you next week at the same time, 12:30 Eastern Time on Thursday, for tips from the right coach. Have a wonderful day and see you next week.